Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Green. We're doing another Bible study, Exodus chapter 16. If you'd like me to come speak at your church, or if you have any questions, you can email me at godsohman@gmail.com. Exodus 16, verse 1. And they took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel, and came into the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the second month after their departing out of the land of Egypt. So they started way over on the other side, and they're ended up here at the wilderness of Sin. And it says they've been traveling for about 2.5 months. So that's a pretty long time. Exodus 16:2. And the whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. So after 2.5 months of traveling, they're murmuring, they're frustrated, they're upset. And of course they go after the leaders, which we tend to do all the time. And the children of Israel said unto them, Would to God that they have died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pots, and when we eat bread in the full, for we have brought us forth into the wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger. So basically they're saying, we wish it was like it used to be. We wish we were still in Egypt as slaves, because we got to eat food, but you brought us out in the wilderness, and we're going to starve to death. And sometimes when we think about our past, we only think about the good stuff. I mean, sure, they got to have bread over there, but they were slaves. And now they might not have as much bread, but they're free. And then said the Lord to Moses, Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that it may prove them whether they want to walk in my law or not. So God's saying, okay, these people are hungry. I'm going to give them food. I'm going to give them bread. They're complaining about not having bread. I'm going to give them bread. And I'm doing this because I want to see if they're ready to follow me or not. Now remember, the children of Israel, they did this walking for 40 years because they were never quite ready to follow God. So they kept wandering and wandering until they were finally ready. So God's saying, I'm going to give them food so that way they can't complain anymore. I'm going to give them a test. And it shall come to pass that on the 6th day they shall prepare what they brought in, and it should be twice as much as they gather daily. So God's saying, I'm going to give them food for 6 days. They're going to go out every day and they're going to gather food for that day and that day only. And on the 6th day, they're going to get twice as much food because I'm not going to give them food on the 7th day. And Moses and Aaron said unto the children of Israel, At even, then ye shall know that the Lord has brought you out of the land of Egypt. So Moses and Aaron's telling the people, this is what God's going to do. He's going to give us bread. We're going to get 6 days of bread. You're going to gather twice as much on the 6th day. And then on the 7th day, there's not going to be any bread. And in the morning, you shall see the glory of God, that he hears your murmurings against the Lord. And what is we that we murmured against us? Moses and Aaron are saying, guys, listen, God heard what you were saying. And he's going to give you the bread. He's going to give you food to eat because he heard you complaining. But why are you complaining to us? We're just the ones in charge here. We're the leaders. Why don't you pray to God about it? And then Moses said, It shall be when the Lord shall give you on the evening flesh to eat, and the morning bread to the full. But the Lord heareth your murmurings which you murmur against him. And what are we? Your murmurings are not against us, but against the Lord. So he's telling the people, remember, God said, I'm going to give you bread. This says, in the evening, you're going to get flesh. And in the morning, you're going to get bread. So he's giving them more than they're asking for. And Moses spoke unto Aaron, and Moses spake unto Aaron, Say to all the congregation of the children of Israel, Come near before the Lord, for he hears your murmurings. And it came to pass, as Aaron spoke to the whole congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked towards the wilderness, and behold, the glory of God appeared in the cloud. So while Aaron's talking, this cloud shows up. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, and I would assume it's coming from this cloud, it doesn't say, but I would assume that's the reason why the cloud's there. I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel. Speak unto them, saying, At even ye shall eat flesh, and in the morning ye shall be filled with bread. And ye shall know that I am the Lord your God. So God's saying, I'm going to give you what you want. I'm going to give you flesh in the evening and bread in the morning, so that you will know that I'm God. I mean, they should already know. They already went through 10 plagues, and crossed the Red Sea, and the sea parted, and they should already know, but apparently they're still complaining. And it came to pass that at even the quails came up and covered the camp, and at about the morning the dew laid around the host. So at evening time, all these birds would just show up. Now remember, we're in the desert. Nothing grows. There's no food in the desert. There's nothing to eat because it's the desert. And it says that quails just showed up and covered the camp. So the whole entire camp, 2 million people, there was quails everywhere. So there's their flesh. It said in the morning, the dew would come out. So in the morning there'd be dew. Now think about it again. This is the desert. So dew is liquid. Dew is water. They need dew to live. They need water to live. So God's given them all their needs. You're going to get flesh in the evening, and in the morning you're going to have water. And when the dew that was laid was gone up, behold, upon the face of the wilderness there lay a small round thing, as small as a hoar frost on the ground. So there was dew, there was water all over the ground. And when that dew dried up, there was a little white thing sitting there. And when the children of Israel saw it, they said to one another, It is manna, for they wist not what it was. And Moses said unto them, This is the bread which the Lord has given you to eat. Now it's funny they call it manna, because the word manna basically means, what is it? So they saw that and they said, what is it? Even though God just told them, I'm going to give you bread, they said, what is it? And Aaron and Moses told them, this is the bread which Lord promised you. This is the thing which the Lord has commanded. Gather of it every man according to his eating, an omer for every man, according to the number of your persons. Take ye every man for them which are in his tents. And an omer simply means 2 handfuls. So you're going to get 2 handfuls of this manna, this bread, and that should be enough for you to eat. And obviously everybody has different sized hands, so you're going to take what you feel is what you need to eat. Take bigger, take less. It depends on how big your hands are. And the children of Israel did so and gathered, some more and some less, obviously because some have bigger hands and some have less bigger hands. And when they did meet with they did meet with an omer, he had gathered much, had nothing over, and he that had gathered little had no lack. And they gathered every man according to his eating. So no matter how much they got, there was nothing left over. And no matter how little amount they got, they were still full. No matter what, they were always happy. And Moses said, Let no man leave it until the morning. So he's telling them, gather what you want and eat it all tonight, because in the morning we're going to get more. Notwithstanding, they hearkened not to Moses, but some of them left it until the morning, and it bred worms and stank, and Moses was wroth with them. So Moses told them, every day God's going to provide. Eat it all today. Don't keep it till morning. The people didn't listen to Moses, and they still went out there and they tried to keep it, and it got worms and it stunk. And they gathered it every morning, every man according to his eating. And when the sun waxed hot, it melted. So the next morning it seemed like all this manna would just disappear. And it came to pass on the 6th day, they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers for one man. And the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses. Well, Moses told them to do this. Moses said on the 6th day, get twice as much. And the rulers were like, wait a minute, these people are doing this. And he said unto them, this is what the Lord has said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake it which you will bake it, and seeketh which you will seeketh, and which remain over, lay it for you to be kept until the morning. So he's saying, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to grab twice as much. And you can bake the bread, you can seethe the bread, and seething just means basically boil it in water until there's bubbles up, kind of like you cook macaroni. And in which it remained over, you can eat it till the morning. So, on the Sabbath day, the 6th day, you grab twice as much. You eat what you want on the 6th day, and on the 7th day, you don't go out and get anything. There's nothing going to be out there, but you're going to have what's left over. They laid it up till the morning as Moses bade, and it did not stink, neither was there worms therein. So on the 6th day, you're allowed to get twice as much and keep it till the next day. And Moses said, Eat to it day, for today is a Sabbath unto the Lord. Today you shall not find it in the field. So he's telling people on the 6th day you're going to get twice as much, because the next day is going to be a Sabbath. And there's many Sabbaths of the Bible. You have the 7th day Sabbath. Then you also have the if you basically work 6 days, the seventh day is the Sabbath. You get the rest. Sabbath just means rest. They also have when you work 6 years, you get to rest the whole seventh year. Then they had basically the year of Jubilee where you work 49 years and you get 2 years off. And if you do what you're supposed to do and follow God, He's going to provide enough in those 6 days for you to rest the seventh day. He's going to provide enough for you to work 6 years and rest the seventh. He's going to provide enough to work 49 years and get 2 years of vacation. But you got to follow what God says. 6 days ye shall gather it, but on the seventh day, which is the Sabbath, there'll be none. So he's telling them, gather twice as much on the sixth day, because I'm not going to provide for you on the seventh. And it came to pass that there went out some of the people on the seventh day to gather, and they found nothing. Again, they're not listening. They do what they want to do. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws? See, for that the Lord has given you the Sabbath. Therefore he has given you on the sixth day the bread of 2 days. Abide ye every man in his place, and let no man go out of his place on the seventh day. He's telling them, I'm giving you this day of rest. I'm providing this for you. Why are you not listening? He's given you the 6 days. He's given you these 6 days to eat, and on the seventh day he's not going to give anything, so get twice as much on the sixth day. And it's saying, on the Sabbath day you don't leave your house. So the people rested on the seventh day. And the house of Israel called the name of thereof Manna, and it was like coriander seed, white, and the taste of it was like wafers made of honey. Coriander seed is a small little seed. So these little things of manna looked like a coriander seed. It was really small, and it had a taste of like wafers and honey. It's really interesting. And Moses said, this is the thing which the Lord commandeth. Fill an omer of it to be kept for your generations, that they will see the bread whereof you have filled, the bread where I have fled you from the wilderness, when I brought you forth from the land of Egypt. So he's telling people, go ahead and get 2 handfuls, put it in a jar, put it somewhere in your house, and when your kids see that jar of this small white stuff, what is it? They're going to ask you about it, and you can tell your kids about how God provided when you're in the wilderness. So you're going to take this little jar, you're going to fill it with this manna, and you're going to put it somewhere so you can tell your kids about it. Then Moses said unto Aaron, take a pot and put an omer full of manna therein, and lay it up before the Lord to be kept for your generations. And this is going to come in handy later, because when they make the Ark of the Covenant, they're going to put this jar of manna inside of it. And the Lord commanded Moses, so Aaron laid up before the testimony to be kept. So, Aaron went out and he got this 1 omer of manna, and they put it in this container. And like I said, later on, this is going to go in the Ark of the Covenant. And the children of Israel did eat manna for 40 years, until they came to a land inhabited. They did eat manna until they came to the borders of the land of Canaan. So for 40 years, they ate manna. They got this manna the whole entire time, and it sounds kind of boring, but you don't got nothing else to eat in the wilderness, so, at least it's something. And then this was until they came to a land inhabited. So once they finally found a place they could stay, God didn't provide it anymore. Now an omer is a 10th part of an ephah. So 10 omers equals 1 ephah. And it's just a unit of measurement, In America, we have 1 penny is 100 pennies to $1, 25 pennies to a quarter, things like that. It's just a way of measuring things. Well, guys, that's the video. I appreciate you guys watching. If you'd like me to come speak at your church, let me know. You can also comment below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm going to put on the bottom right-hand corner the Exodus Bible study link. On the left-hand side is going to probably be Genesis and a video. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.